You're probably scrolling through a dozen treadmill options because you want something that actually fits into your life, something reliable enough for daily use, easy enough to fold away, and worth the money you spend, not just a list of impressive numbers on a page. It's a tough spot. A treadmill that sounds perfect on paper can end up taking half your living room, be a nightmare to set up, or wear out faster than you expected, and nobody wants to waste space or cash on the wrong machine. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm going to walk through exactly why the Proform Carbon lands where it does on the practical side of things. First off, the biggest question most of us ask is, will this actually fit in my home? The Carbon uses Proform's SpaceSaver design, meaning the frame folds up vertically, and the deck slides under the folded frame. In my own apartment, the folded treadmill slides into a closet that's just 3 feet wide, and it stays there without taking up floor space you'd need for anything else. The folding mechanism is motor-assisted, so you're not wrestling with a heavy piece of equipment. A single button releases the lock and the deck folds down in about 15 seconds. That convenience is where the value really shines for anyone who lives in a small apartment, a shared house, or a home office that doubles as a workout zone. Now, let's talk about day-to-day use. The 7-inch LCD screen is bright enough that you can see your speed, distance, calories, and heart rate data even on a sunny morning when the room is flooded with light. It also includes a small device shelf, which is a subtle but useful touch. My phone stays on the shelf, charging while I run, and the treadmill's built-in fan circulates cool air, cutting down on that sweaty room feeling you get on many other models. I've run the Carbon at both a light jog of 5 miles per hour and a sprint of 11 miles per hour, and the speed adjustments feel smooth. There's no jerky lag that can throw off your stride. One of the more nuanced features is the ProShock's cushioning. It's not a hard plastic deck that pounds your joints, but a layer of shock-absorbing material that reduces impact. When I walked at a brisk 3.5 miles per hour for a 45-minute cardio session, my knees didn't feel the usual soreness I've experienced on cheaper models. That makes the treadmill a solid option for people who are recovering from an injury, have chronic joint concerns, or simply want a gentler surface for long-duration walks. The incline range of 0-12% is another practical point. I use the incline a few times a week to simulate hill training without having to adjust a separate device. The increase is gradual, and the treadmill's Smart Adjust technology, linked to iFit, automatically nudges the incline up or down based on the workout program you're following. For someone who likes guided training sessions, that automation removes a lot of guesswork. If you prefer manual control, you still have the classic up/down buttons, so you aren't forced into a single way of training. Heart rate tracking via Active Pulse is useful if you're trying to stay in a specific cardio zone. The treadmill reads the signal from most chest straps and even the built-in optical sensors, adjusting speed to keep you in the target zone. In practice, it works best when you have a reliable chest strap. The optical sensor can be a bit finicky if you're wearing a loose shirt. Still, for anyone who wants a set-it-and-forget-it approach to cardio intensity, the feature adds a layer of convenience that many budget machines simply don't have. So who should consider buying the Proform Carbon? If you have limited floor space, need a machine you can tuck away after a quick run, and want a treadmill that can handle both walking and faster running without feeling flimsy, this is a strong contender. It's also a good match for families where one person might be doing low-impact walking while another is sprinting, because the speed range covers 0-12 mph comfortably. The built-in fan and device shelf are small comforts that add up for anyone who spends more than a few minutes on the belt each day. Who might want to skip it? If you're an elite runner who needs a very high maximum speed, say, above 12 mph, or you require an extremely rigid deck for sprint work, you may find the Carbon a little too forgiving. The cushioning, while great for joint health, does have a subtle, soft feel that some serious runners feel reduces their sense of ground feedback. Also, if you're looking for a treadmill that can hold more than one user simultaneously, like a double-deck model, the SpaceSaver design isn't built for that. Finally, the treadmill does rely on iFit for many of its smart features. If you prefer a completely standalone unit without a subscription, you'll have to factor that into the overall cost. A hidden trade-off worth mentioning is the weight limit. The Carbon supports up to 350 pounds, which covers most users, but it's something to keep in